All right there, everybody. Yeah, we got cut off. I don't know what happened. My internet's been unstable today, but we just had to throw at the plate. We had to play at the plate, and it was Bud Harrelson got thrown out at the plate by the right fielder, average arm Hank Aaron. He's an A4. He threw him out on a risk play. A risk play is basically with a. I mean, this game has so many little nuances that really makes it interesting. A risk play, it's on an A arm, it's 1-3. He's out. We rolled a 2, and he was thrown out at the plate. So the Mets failed to score on a single from Tommy Davis, failed to score Buddy Howson from second base. And so we go to the bottom of the eighth. Tom Terrific is in it's pitching a shutout, 2-hit shutout so far. Oh, no runs, and 1, 2, 3 hits, and the Mets failed to score a run. That is depressing, if you will. And so let's move on to the bottom of the eighth inning. It's going to be Bob Uecker leading off. And you know what? We did not. Yeah, we are gonna. We double switch. We just did not. We did not announce it. So we double switched. We didn't announce it. We put. What we put in there? We're in the middle of June. All right, Martinez. Let's see who we can bring in. Torrey. Torrey plays first base. No, we want a second baseman or a shortstop here. And I think we have Martinez. We can bring in Martinez. Geiger plays the outfield. Can we do the outfield? No, outfield's it. We are going to do Geiger. So Geiger, not Geiger. Martinez came in, and so we made a double switch, and we're announcing it now. We just didn't bother to kind of look. There he is, Marty Martinez. He's going to play shortstop. And he's going to bat where the pitcher is. So we're going to remove our shortstop, Dennis Menke, and that's where we put the pitcher to bat. So a new shortstop, Martinez. He's got a average arm. All right, so it's going to be Uecker, Martinez, and against Tom Terrific. So here's a pitch, and we're going to look. It's the bottom of the eighth, so we're still looking at the eighth column. That's 14. 14 on Uecker, that's a strikeout. So Terrific. And how many strikeouts does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 strikeouts so far. Here is Martinez now. Pull a card from Martinez, and the 8 is a 22, and a 22 is going to be a ground ball, and it will be foul. And the next pitch, it's based on balls. It's basically a split result. I was just fooling around. It was 1-11 would have been a single, and it's going to be a walk. So it was. I rolled this. I pulled a 16. So Martinez is on with a base on balls, and that is third walk for Seaver in this game. It's only allowed 2 hits, but allowed 3 walks. And it's Felipe Alou now. So we're going to pull for Felipe Alou. And we're going to do this quickly here like that, just to note that it was a new batter. All right, so here's a pitch. It's a 51. That's going to be, again, we're going to look on this card also for the KD range. For Seaver, who's an A, that's a 1-4, would be a strikeout. In the 8th inning, it's a 19. So now we're going to pull for an error and see who the error is to. And it's going to be 51. We said it was going to be error on the shortstop. And now I pull another card, and an 8 is going to be a 17. So that's going to be a ball that Harrelson is going to get to. And let's look at that result. It's going to be, if it's an odd number, which it is, it's a 17. That's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Even as a fielder's choice, odd is a double play, and that's what it turns out to be. So no runs, no hits, a walk, and the Mets turn a big double play to retire the side. And basically the result there is if it's odd on a ground ball that doesn't become an error. If it's odd, it's a double play, and if it's even, it's a fielder's choice. That's with a runner on first, I believe. That's the rule. So you got to check that. That's a unique rule. Not unique, but it's just something that doesn't always come up. So now the Mets are up, and it's going to be Eddie Kranepool. Here we are. Now, Seaver's doing well. I mean, he's faced 27, 28 batters, and he can go 36. So Seaver's still fresh. I mean, he can still go a bunch more. So Eddie Kranepool is leading off in the top of the ninth inning against Jay Ritchie. Right, we got Jay Ritchie right there. And here's the pitch. It's going to be the top of the ninth. That's a 12. And the 12 is going to be an out. So one away now. Next is Ed Charles. I'm going to pull a card for him and look in the ninth column. That's a 61. 61 is a blank. So we're going to go to Ritchie. Ritchie, we said, was a B, a 61B. That's a strikeout. And here's Bushek. Still a 0-0 tie. And that's a 22. And Bushek is an out to retire the side. That's 1, 2, 3. Quick inning. So this game plays pretty quickly. So now it's Seaver in the bottom of the ninth. He's facing Tito Francona. Tito Francona, I'm going to pull a card, and we're looking at the ninth. It's a 44. That is a ground ball hit hard up the middle and through for a base hit. So leadoff batter is on, and he's fast. Hank Aaron is up next. 9, and that's a 46. 46 is going to be ballpark. Uh-oh. Okay, we need our ballpark card. Don't have no idea where that is. Let me see if it's back here. Yeah, it's hidden away back here. We are in Atlanta. Right? So we are going to pull a card. We're going to look at the 20. On the 9, it's a 13, and that is a foul ball. He's a right-handed hitter. So that's going to be a foul out to the first baseman. And you can see that right here. I'll show you 13. 13 falls within 13 to 16. It says a right-handed batter, pop up. It's a foul out to the first baseman. A lefty would have been fouled to the third baseman. I like that aspect of this game. But all in all, it's just an out. Put a 0 there. Big O for an out. Here's Mac Jones. Run around first. Bottom of the ninth. No score. That's a 9. That's a 26. And a 26 is going to be if it's against a right, it's going to be a single. So it's going to be a base hit. And runner 1 to third, F advances. Francona, I think we said he was an F, right? So he's going to advance to third. It says first to third, F advances. So there he goes to third base. Now the winning run is 90 feet away. And it's going to be Cleve Boyer. Nope, it's going to be, that was Mac Jones. Now it's going to be Cleve Boyer. He's a right-handed hitter. And we're leaving Tom Terrific in there. So he's going to face Cleve Boyer. The Mets are going to bring the infield in, and I hate to bring the infield in because, let me see. You get infield in. If infield in F, I got to look at what that means. Let me grab the infield in chart. Where is that now? Holy smokes. You know what? Let me look at, because I don't know what that means. It's just the F. I'm not sure what that means. I'm still learning those little abbreviations. H is hold. F is, I'm not sure what F is. Playing in, if he's a right-handed batter, which he is, this card would have been a base hit. The S, the S rule, yeah, the S rule is a single. So I'm going to look with a runners on first and third. Let me do that. Let me look at the page that says runners on first and third, and that'll tell me what's going to happen there. All right, so let me go through all these charts. So, there's a lot of charts here. That's a 54 chart. I need that out. That could happen. All right, let's see charts. I'm looking for runners on first and third. Out, first and third, out chart. There it is. So here at the bottom, the S rule, okay, out. Codes G and F are also applicable here. Use out code 6 for out G and out code 8. So I get 6 here and then 8 there. I guess these are the codes. Those are the codes that they're referring to. All right, so see what happens here. This is good. This is exciting. First and third infield is in. They don't have a choice, right? First and third with the winning run at third base, they got to try to stop it, because if they don't get the double play, they just kind of give up the game. So they got to keep the infield in against Cleve Boyer. We need a Seaver strikeout here. So let's pull a card. See what happens. Cleve Boyer, that's a 9, a 26. 26 on his card is going to be against a lefty is a base hit. But Tom Seaver's a righty, so that's going to be an out. But now the trick is to see what kind of an out it is. So it could be a sacrifice fly. The game could be over. And it's a ground ball to first base. If playing in the H rule, right, if playing in the H rule, so let's see what the heck that means. Codes. The H rule, runner on third holds. Well, what happens to the runner on first? I guess the runner on first is going to advance, right? Let me see what it says. Hit and run. Okay, but run with risk. One to the H hold. Third, if playing in H holds. Third, if playing in. But can run with risk. 1 to 3 safe. 4 to 6 out. If safe, batter safe at first on fielder's choice. So let's have a play at the plate to finish this off. So 1 to 3, what did it say? 1 to 3, he's safe. 4 to 6, he's out. So he's going to try to score. Tito Francona, he's fast. It's a ground ball to first base. Going to roll a die, make it fun. Whatever happens, happens. Here we go. And it is a 6 hit. He is out at the plate. So it's going to be a fielder's choice. Holy smokes. All right, so it's going to be a 3 to 2. He's out. And it's going to be a fielder's choice. And runners on first and second now for the pitcher spot. The pitcher spot. So we're going to need a pinch hitter. And we are going to bring up, got a bunch of guys that are good. We got Gary Geiger. He's a lefty. We're going to bring in Geiger. Bring in Gary Geiger. He actually played in the last time we faced each other. He started. So he's going to be a pinch hitter. And there he comes in. Gary Geiger with the game on the line here with a runner in scoring position who with 2 outs is going to be running on contact for sure. Tom Terrific. Tom Terrific still is got his endurance. He can go 36 batters. He's only gone, I think, 32. So here's a pitch to the lefty Gary Geiger with runners on first and second. And a 9, that's going to be a 14, and a 14 is going to be strike 3. And Seaver strikes him out for his 7th strikeout of the ball game. Seaver's due up, so we're going to replace him here in the top of the 9th inning, in top of the 10th inning, excuse me. So there was no runs on 2 hits. We're getting closer and closer in this game. Fall Classic Baseball, something totally different for me. And I'm having a blast with this game, learning it and getting, having all these plays at the plate. I've had 2 play. There were 2 guys thrown out at home plate in the 9th inning. No, one in the top of the 8th and one in the bottom of the 9th. Yes. Yeah, look at that. The assist versus the risk aspect of Fall Classic. I like that. It's like a little, extra detail, right? A little bit extra depth. And once you become familiar with it, it's just really quick. So I'm having a blast with this game. All right, so it's going to be Jerry Grody leading it off. Then we're going to see a pinch hitter for the Mets. I'm going to bring in, we still have, let me see how many he pitched. Hold on a second. He can go, we said Richie can go 10. He's gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can go a bunch more. All right, we're going to bring in not Bob Johnson. Try to bring in a lefty or a switch hitter. Be realistic. We don't want to bring Johnson all the time. Johnson batted like 320, 330, crazy. So I don't want to overuse him, but I want to bring guys that have been playing in days, on your average day. Let's see, where are those guys? I'm not seeing those guys. Guys that Bosch has been playing. He just played. Swoboda's been playing. Johnson's been playing, but he's a righty. Bosch is, he only had 93 games, so he was probably sent down. So let me see. 69. Chuck Hiller, 54. Usually I just go to the box score and I see who played that day, and it's a lot easier for me. So let me take a quick look at who was playing for the Mets, so I can bring in the right guy who was on the roster. I like playing it that way, so I'm gonna go to 67. This is June 24th, 1967. All right, June. See stats. It's gonna take a second to do this. I really just want to don't want to use a guy that maybe wasn't on the roster. I don't mind so much for the Braves, because I don't know the Braves, but I should know the Mets a little bit better. I play with them day in and day out. 67 logs, pitching logs. All right, and it's going to be game. We're going to go on June 24th and see who pinch hit in this game for the Mets. For the Metsies. There was no pinch hitters in this game. The Mets won 9-1. Can't even score a run here. All right, for the next game, we'll see who started or who pinch hit, so we know who's available. Swoboda is definitely available. Crinkle is playing in this one. Is Tommy Reynolds playing in this one? No, we got Reynolds. Reynolds can pinch hit. Oh, Bob. We know Bob Johnson, Larry Stone. Okay, Bob Johnson. We know that. And you know what? I don't know that I have any lefties on the bench. Dick Selma was a pinch runner. I don't see Bosch here. He may not even be with the team. Let me go one more day forward for the Mets, and then see who played in this game. Again, Bob Johnson pinch hit. John Sullivan, the catcher. Chuck Hiller. Let's see what Chuck Hiller, if he's a lefty. I just don't want to bring in the best hitter automatically. I rather look and see if a more realistic. Even though I wouldn't mind doing that in a close game like this. Get lucky and just finish it. Headley, Selma. Let's see if we can find Hiller here. There's a lot of cards. Let me show you how many cards. You got a lot of cards in this game. So you do get your money's worth. Hiller. Alcoons, Frizella. Gotta go through all of them. He's probably the last card in the deck. All right. Yeah, it's probably going to be the last card in the deck. Or maybe he's not even, he may be on the, oh, there he is, Chuck Hiller. He's a lefty. Perfect. That's what we want. So lefty's coming in to pinch hit, and his name is Hiller. So Seaver's out, and we'll bring in whoever we bring in. I don't know who we're going to bring in. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start doing this thing so we don't run out of space, because I never know. Let's do this. Do this a little bit differently now. We'll do this here. There, that fills that in. And then we know that's the beginning of the inning. So here comes Grody. Jerry Grody, going to pull a card for Grody. Pitcher is still Richie. Get Seaver out of the way. Make sure we got Richie in the front there. And here's the pitch to Grody. Grody was a 195 batter, so he's not a big threat. That's 10th inning. So it's a 63. 63 on Grody's card is a blank. Now Richie was a B, and that is going to be an out. So one away. And we can look what that is, what kind of out that is. We look at the card. It says right here, ground ball, second base. I don't want to write all that right now. So next is Seaver, and he's going to be called back for a pinch hitter. Oh, damn, I put it in the damn wrong place. I did all that, and I put it in the wrong place. All right. All right. So here, where's Hiller? Where I put him? Chuck Hiller for Tom Seaver. So Tom Seaver's out after pitching. He's pitched 18 consecutive scoreless innings, by the way. He pitched I think it was a 1-hit shutout or a 2-hit shutout last game. And here he gave up 2, 3, 4 hits. So he's pitched 18 consecutive scoreless innings. With 1 out, we're looking at Hiller. We're going to pull a card for Hiller. We look at 10th inning. It's a 51 and a 4. And that's going to be, just misses being a strikeout. Just misses being a strikeout. It's 1-3. The KD on the pitcher is a 1-3. See that under B? That's where he is. So had it been 1-3, it would be a strikeout. We're gonna have to check defense. We're gonna have to check defense now. And I like to pull as many cards as I can just to keep it fresh. So 51 is gonna be an error on the first baseman. First baseman Tito Francona. Let's see what his error rating is. Do not know off the top of my head. Francona. Let's see, where is he? Francona at first base is an 11. So 11 or less, it's going to be an error on Francona. So we're going to pull a card, and we're in the 10th inning. And it's an 18, so no error. Now we're going to see what that becomes. So then it's an out. No error, it's an out. There you go. So 2 out. Ground ball to first base, and he feels it. Steps on the bag. So 2 out, and now here's Buddy Howson. I'm going to pull a card. Richie's still okay. He's gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this would be his last batter there. And we pulled the card. It's going to be a 10 of 32. 32 Buddy Harrelson is a blank. So we're going to look on Richie. Richie's 32 is an out. He's B, middle column. And that will retire the side. And again, I said we're going to do this solid line here because we're going to follow the same column for all the spaces because now I'm in extra innings and I don't want to run out of space. All right, but we do know that was the top of the 9th, no runs. Top of the 10th, no runs, no hits. And leading off the 11th is going to be, if we have an 11th, is going to be Cleon Jones. All right, so it's Woody Woodward. Oh wait, I messed up there. I messed up there because I didn't bring a new pitcher in. Oh Christ! And that's why I always take care of these things prior. I always put in the pitcher prior, find the pitcher, so let's pretend that didn't happen. We're gonna have Clay Carroll in there. So that's how I treat mistakes. I just pretend they didn't happen. All right. So we didn't bring a pitcher. Richie shouldn't have been pitching anymore. He was pulled. So in that inning, he was pulled right here for a pinch hitter. So it should have been a new pitcher. And that would have been Carroll. Carroll has 2 R's and 2 L's. And we're going to see if what Carroll's going to be. Carroll's going to be an 8, which would have meant Carroll would also be a B pitcher as well. Carroll can go 13 batters. And 32 would have been an out. So the same thing would have happened. So we are good. All right. So we're not going to worry about it. We fixed it. And we move forward. Now it's Woody Woodward. I don't have a new pitcher for the Mets. Obviously, I know I have to do that. And we're probably going to grab Taylor. Ron Taylor is on this team in 67. He plays a big role in the 1969 Miracle Mets season. Ronnie Taylor. Hey there, guys. Shanghai Steve. Oh, man, it's always a pleasure to see Shanghai Steve. All the way from China. China. Love China. I have nothing against China. All right, we're looking for Ronnie Taylor. And I also see Phil Leota, 1 to 10. How do you rate the game? 1 to 10, Appa. Oh man, they're like apples and oranges, man. I play basic Appa, and that's just roll and just the result, roll and the result. Here you got to check stuff. You got to check, you know, um, range. You got to check error ratings. There's a lot of stuff to check. So it's just a different beast altogether. It's like a little bit more. It's more intense. It's a little bit deeper. You got plays at the plate that you have to check the arm of the outfielder. You have to check the speed of the runner. Appa does all that automatically for you. You have the same thing happen, but it's just abstracted. Like it just happens. Here you have to like stretch it out so there's a little bit more drama to it. That's really the difference. But I love Appa Basic. I play it all the time. Where's my here? I got some stuff here. I just played. I replayed the Championship Series '95. The Yanks beat the Mariners, so they played the Cleveland. Cleveland is killer, man. Cleveland has murderers row. Cleveland has, check out Bell. If you're an Appa guy, this is like 115566. Holy smokes. Murray, 156. Tommy, 1, then 0, 0, 0. And then Manny Ramirez, 1, 0, 0, 0. Holy smoke. And then Sorrento. Check out Sorrento, 1, 1, 0, 0. It's like murderers row. 5 guys that just pounded the Yanks. Anyway, all right, let's get back to the game. Ronnie Taylor taking over for Tom Terrific. What a day for Tom Terrific. Holy smokes. What a great day for Tom Terrific. And here we're going to do this. It's a new inning. I should actually get a different color, but And here's a new pitcher. That tells me the little wavy squiggly line, the EKG line, tells me it's a new pitcher. It's going to be Taylor. Let's look at Seaver's numbers. He went 9 innings. Gave up 4 hits, no runs, no earned runs. I believe he gave up 3 walks and 7 strikeouts. No hit by pitch. Batters faced, he faced 3 less than 33, and no wild pitches. Tom Terrific was definitely terrific today, for sure. And it's going to be Woody Woodward now, second baseman. Woodward batted .226 with no home runs for the Braves in 1967. And here's a pitch. And we're going to look at, again, we're in the 10th inning, so we're looking at 10-26 on Woodward. A 26 against a lefty is a base hit. Otherwise, it's an out. So 1 away. And now it's Bob Uecker. Hilarious character. 10-43, and that's a 43. Is a blank. Oh, we didn't check. We didn't roll for Taylor. That's a 16. Oh, Taylor's going to be a C. That's not good. We don't want that. That's not good. Taylor can go 9, but I don't know if I'm going to let him go 9. All right, so that's a C, and we just pulled a 43C, and that is going to be a base on balls 1 to 18. It's probably going to be a base on balls. Yes, it is. So that's a walk. Yeah, you don't want to be you definitely don't want to be a C. So we may just let him go one more batter. Marty Martinez. Here's a pitch. Not very good. We'll see what happens here. 10 is a 53. That's going to be a range check. Let's see what happens. 53, a single, infield single. Let me see on that. Let me see on this chart. So it's to the shortstop. So let me check the anything that has to do with the charts. I'm a little weaker on than I am because there are a lot of charts and I don't use them very often. So I kind of avoid using them until I learn I get a good flow for the game. And then I start looking at this stuff. So now I'm starting to be a little bit more confident in saying, okay, let me check. So 53, it's going to be a range check, hit chance. So he's going to be able to make the play. So that's the way I'm going to play it. It's a range check. 53 is a range check, and Harrelson. What is Harrelson's range? Let's look. Every card has a range. See, wouldn't do all this in Appa. It would all be built into the system. So it's just a different beast altogether, a different type of game. Depends what you want out of the game, really. So his range at shortstop is a 10. So that's 50-50. Basically, it's 50-50. See what happens. And all right, so I can't remember if it's 1 to. Well, let me see what the range check is. Hold on a second. Defensive range check. Let's see what it says here. Range. Um, all right, the red and white die that determines the error happens the less than equal to. Okay, if the D20 is less than or equal to the error rating, well, that's the error rating. If the D20 is less than or equal to the range rating of the fielder, he makes the play. Makes sense, like every other game. All right, here goes. And it's a 5, so makes a diving, sliding catch, and he gets up and showing off his cannon, and he oh, wait a second. There's a runner on first base on this. There's a runner on first base, and I wonder if that's the same as the error. Put out is made, runners on base. This may be the same. Yep, it's the same chart. That's going to be a double play. And go to second for one, back to first. Double play, Buddy Harrelson. I love Buddy Harrelson. I tried to trade for him in my inside pitch league, but the guy who has him says he's my backup shortstop. I don't know if I trade him to you, then I don't have anything to trade. I have like 4 or 5 superstars, which I'm not trading. I have Doc Ellis, I have Catfish Hunter. Then I got Sal Bando, I got Pete Rose, I got Manny Sanguian. Not trading any of those guys, and that's all I got. And everybody else is just like a wanderer guy. He's just like useless. But I have guys coming up next year. I got my center fielder, my left fielder. Joe Rudy's in left field, and I have Amos Otis in center field. So I'm gonna have an outfield of Rudy, Otis, and Pete Rose in my inside pitch league. And I just joined another league. I joined the time travel league, and that game looks like a lot of fun as well. So this it's gonna be a 5-4-3 double play. Great play by Tom River, and you can just write an app, be a big app. But I gotta write double play. All right, so that retires the side, meaning over, and then we're gonna put a line here to show that. So no runs, no hits. We go to the 11th, top of the 11th. Holy smokes, Buddy Harrelson, what a play! And again, I showed how these are the sleeves for Stratomatic, and I showed you how you can use them for this game as well. I just want to protect the Mets because I'm going to keep playing the Mets. And so we're going to have Cleon Jones leading off. Cleon Jones and Clay Carroll is the pitcher. And here's the pitch. It's an 11th inning now, so we're going to look at 11. That's a 14, and the 14 is going to be an out, one away. Next is Larry Stahl. That's an 11. It's a 21, and that's a K. 2 outs. And the top of the 11th, and here's Tommy Davis. Tommy Davis today is 1 for 4. He singled in that 8th inning when he's actually he was the guy who singled when Harrelson tried to score and was thrown out by Hank Aaron. Tommy Davis now, Mets' best hitter. See if you can knock one out of the park here for us. It's a 24. It's not going to happen. Hit by a pitch 1 to 8. So we're going to look at the 20 is a 17. So that's going to be an out. Retires the side. And we're going to go here. So that ends the inning. How do we want to do that? And then I'm just going to put the little arrow right there. That's where we're going to start the next. Actually, I should do that. Right there. There we go. If there is that inning, I don't know what's going to happen here. All right. So it's going to be top of the 9th, Philippe Alou. Philippe Alou had a 274 with 15 home runs. Pitch from Ronnie Taylor, who's a C. Again, I told you, C, you don't want to be a C in this game. So it's the bottom of the 11th. No runs, no hits right there. The bottom of the 11th, and that's going to be an 11 on Felipe Alou, and that is a 1-2 base hit, and that's going to be a 1. Holy smokes! Great ball and through into left field for base hit. Just got it through the infield, barely. All right. So there's a runner on first base, and Francona. Francona is a what kind of bunter is Francona? He's a 5 bunter. We're gonna try to bunt here. So we're gonna roll 1. We need less than 5, and we get a 2, so it's a good bunt. So, or he lays it down, and now let's see if it's what kind of a bunt it is. It's a 3, so it's going to be a good bunt, which is going to make it 3 to 4. Runner to second. All right. So Felipe Alou, who's fat, Felipe Alou's average speed. But that'll have to do. It's Hank Aaron. We're going to walk Hank Aaron. Intentional walk to Hank Aaron. And that brings Mac Jones. Mac Jones, and like I said, I don't want Taylor to pitch very long because he's not he didn't get lucky when he came into the game. I saw that he just wasn't throwing very well because we rolled in the C column, and I don't want to see him in the C column. So let me check and see if I have another pitcher I can bring in here to face Mac Jones, a lefty. I have Danny Frizella. No. Let me look at my pitchers. Jack Fisher, nope, he's mostly starter. Cardwell, mostly starter, but could come in, but he's a righty. Headley, a lefty, not mostly a starter. Dennehy is also mostly a starter. Cal Coons, a righty. So again, I'm going through these cards trying to find the right guy. Don Shaw is a lefty. So he's my guy. He's my guy. He's a lefty. He's the guy who mostly came in to face lefties. I want a lefty on lefty here because against righty, he's good against righties. So we're going to bring in Don Shaw. So let's write that in. Shaw's in. Now let's see what we roll for Shaw. This is the exciting part. We need a high number. It's a 6. That's going to do it. He's going to be an A pitcher. Outstanding. And Shaw can go 8 batters in relief. And he's going to face Mac Jones with runners on first and second and 1 out here in the bottom of the 11th inning. So this is exciting. See what happens. I'm going to pull a card from Mac Jones. Here's a pitch from Don Shaw. And that's a 12. A 12 is going to be an out. What kind of an out? We don't know yet. We're going to find out. It's important. It's a fly ball center field. Runner can go to third if it's an S arm. My center fielder is an S arm. S arm holds. So he is a strong arm in center field. Larry Stahl. So he is going to hold. So fly out center field. So I just make that an out. 2 outs. And here's Cleve Boyer. He's a righty. And here's a pitch. And that's a 44. That's the ball game. That's a single. We may have another play at the plate. I'm not sure. The runner is an average runner. So we're going to pull a card. See what it says. F advances. S or A hold, but there's 2 outs. There's an assist opportunity. So which means is I got to look at my right fielder. My right fielder is a Cleon Jones. He's a 3 assist. So 1, 2, 3, and he throws out another play at the plate. 1, 2, 3, and he throws out Felipe Alou. So let's roll a D6. 1, 2, 3, and Alou is safe, and the ball game is over. The loss is going to go to. The loss is going to go, so scoring around and sliding in, knocks over the catcher, thrown out in time. RBI single for Cleve Boyer on that result of 44. That's a little bit like Apple. You know how like in Apple it's 22, 44, 33, 66. This game does that as well. So that's going to be an RBI. He's going to pick up an RBI there. And he drives in number 1. That's how I do my RBIs now. Drives in number 1, the first place batter, and it's a game winner. So no 1 run on 2 hits, and that's the ball game. 1-0 in 11 innings. Holy smokes! Mets had a lot of opportunity. They had a big opportunity in the 8th, and they blew it. 1, 2, 3 hits there, 4 hits, 5, 6, 7 hits total for the Mets. I don't see any errors at all. That was a good thing in this game. There was no errors. Very played very cleanly. No errors for either team in this game. And hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hits for the Braves, where the Braves win it. And that's it. So this is the end of the tutorial, and really the only stats I keep is for C. I don't keep anybody else's stats, but Taylor's going to get the loss. We knew that. The minute he turned up a C, we knew he was going to lose it. That's why I pulled him out fast. That's what you got to do. If you get a C, just be Captain Hook. That's it. That's the best way. I wish I would have known that at the beginning. I kept on waiting to see if he would settle down. But with a C, it's tough. And plus, I was doing something wrong. I was misreading the range result, the 53. I was just making it an automatic hit, and that was not working for my pitcher. But anyway, now Seaver's pitching magnificently, so it's much more in line. I'll have some stats the next time I do a tutorial for this. I'll do another 3-inning tutorial. This went all really, really long. This is part 3 of my tutorial series because my second part had an unstable connection, and I don't know what happened to it. So then I came back and I started there, and then I go to 3. So you know that this is the continuation of part 2 of this same game, which was a 3-part game. Yesterday I did 1 part, today I did 2 parts. And again, Phil Leota asked me, hey, how do you rate this game? How do you rate APA, 1 to 10? APA is what it is. It's a simple game. You roll 2 dice and you get a result. Play a fun game. Guys have good days. Guys have bad days. Pitchers have to strike out the side. Batters hit 2 home runs. It is what it is. You have comebacks. You have big innings. You have all that. Good pitchers do well and poor pitchers do poorly, generally speaking. But you always have, the unexpected happen. And in this game, it's still, it's got a lot more to it. It's much more dense. It's got a lot more bells and whistles, a lot more features. It's got a lot more, we call that on computers, widgets. It's got a lot of widgets. So that's the difference. But it flows. As you can see, it plays really fast. I had some innings that were like 1, 2, 3, 5-second innings. Because most of the results are off the batter card, and of course the pitcher plays a role. Like if there's no results off the batter card, it goes to the pitcher. So there is an interaction, and the pitcher is playing a role all the time. Defense plays a role as well, and so on. But that's the deal. So you saw what it is. Shanghai Steve, good game, full class, is definitely intriguing. The FAC helps. Oh man, in the first part of this, I showed the charts. I'll show them one more time. Let me show you how many charts this game has. Now you don't. I'll be honest with you. You would use them all if you didn't have the FACs, right? So, and there's 4 pages, I believe, of instructions. They're in here as well. But look at all these charts. And that's the cover. And some of them are just like, it says quick chart, but I don't see anything quick about it. But. So I had a friend and I asked him about Fall Classic, and he said, hey man, I know you don't like charts, and I hate charts, right? And he says, you're not gonna like it. And so I didn't buy it. I wanted to buy it like 6 months ago, but Fast Action Cards make it basically chartless. And now Greg is adding a couple of things to this. So you don't have to look at the 54 chart. He's going to probably add I think that's what he said. He thought it was a good idea, or somebody else said, adding the wild pitches and the pass balls to the cards. So you can always see if there's a check, you just pull a card. Like if you get the 54, it could be a wild. The 54 chart is basically wild pitches and pass balls, and then it has some other stuff. But you can make that optional, and then you can just have wild pitches and pass balls on these cards, and you can check. So every certain card, it could be check for wild pitch or pass ball, and then you would check the players, and then you would know. So that's something that may happen. I'm not sure. I recommended it. I suggested it. I don't know what I think so, I recommended to. I suggested it to a couple of people, and one guy said, yeah, that's a great idea. And then I don't know, if Greg said it was a great idea, and really he's the only one that counts. If he wants to do it, it's going to get done. If he doesn't want to do it, so these scorecards are from digidugout.com. I just print out the whole month. Seaver's got one more start. It's going to be against the Philadelphia Phillies. John Boozer is going to be the pitcher. He's going to go up against, of course, Tom Seaver at Shea Stadium in New York, June 28th, 1967. So I'm going to write in the data. I've got Seaver's data right here. I've got the page. Yeah. So I write in his data right here. So he gets a no decision, June 24th. He went 9 innings, gave up, I believe, 4 hits, no runs, no hits. No hits, no runs, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. That was start number 14. So then at the end of the month, he's had an amazing month. He's gone basically 18, 27, 34 innings. He's allowed 5 runs in 34 innings. So he's dominated in this month of June. So he's got one more start. I think it's June. What did I say it was? June 20th, 1967. This is his rookie season. Came out of the Marines, out of USC, University of Southern California. And he was also a Marine. And got lucky. The Mets got lucky. And he was originally an Atlanta Brave, but the Mets got lucky and were able to get him. Because of some technicality of something having to do with drafting and so on and so forth. So this is his 15th start of the season. So I always wanted to do the 67th season, just to see, who he faced and how he pitched and so on and so forth. So anyway, this is CP Cards and Dice. I showed you how to play fall classic baseball. Now there's stuff that I didn't show you. Obviously, you still have to learn. We never went to the 54 chart, which is basically more often than not is a wild pitch chart. And then at the bottom of the picture, it's got a wild pitch. You got a wild pitch number. Let's see where that is. It's 1 to 7. So if you roll 1 to 7, it's a wild pitch. So when that 54 chart comes up, it's usually a wild pitch or pass ball. It could also be the catcher. So the Mets catcher is Grody. His pass ball rating is down here 1 to 5. So it could be 1 to 5. It would be the catcher. Something like that. You got to look at the 54 chart. It gives you instructions on how it works. Pretty simple. I just didn't get to use it and I didn't look at it, so I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, it's simple, and you just roll to see if it's off the catcher or off the pitcher. I think you roll once. If it's off the pitcher, then you roll again. If it's off the catcher, it's off the catcher. If not, it stays off the pitcher. That's how it works. That sort of thing. And that's it. So the Braves pull it out in the bottom of the 11th inning. The hero is Clete Boyer. And the Mets have a Boyer on his brother, right? What's the Boyer on the Mets? Yeah, Clete Boyer on the Braves, and then on the Mets we have a Boyer. That's his brother, Kenny Boyer. Kenny Boyer's 235 or 3 home runs. So I think I'd rather have Clete Boyer. Clete Boyer, probably a little bit better. Fast action cards are a must. They're about $20. The sets are about $60. Yeah, Clete Boyer about 245 with 26 home runs. I definitely want Clete Boyer. How do I get Clete Boyer on the Mets and have them trade? Maybe I can just, nobody will tell. Can you guys not say anything? I put Kenny Boyer on the Braves and keep Clete Boyer on the Mets. That would be a huge difference. All right, so this is CP Cards and Dice. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, reach out to me on YouTube, and I respond to those. And check out the Facebook page, the Facebook group called the Universal Baseball Association, and that's a highlight group where you get the highlights from all the different pages and all the different content that's interesting and unique, and everybody gets to profile a lot of different guys, and also new products are on there as well. When you get new games and new sets and things like that, you're going to see all that on there. It's called the Universal Baseball Association, like the book by, I think it was Coover, right? Wasn't a guy named Coover that wrote that? And that's it. This is CP Cards and Dice, and adios. Thanks for watching.